Hello and welcome again. Thank you so much for being around. Thank you. Now, we already started on minerals and we've made headway. We've already dealt with sulfur, sodium, we've dealt with potassium, we've dealt with phosphorus. We actually started with calcium. Today we have sulfur. Now, before we proceed, please, I kindly accept my apologies. I have made a mistake in the last video, the last mineral we looked at sodium. Now, in writing the atomic weight of sodium, I wrote 35. It's wrong. Now, because I already knew that sodium, the actual number is for sodium, atomic weight is actually 23. Atomic weight of 23. Now, the reason why I made that mistake, I remember, is actually, there's no good reason. Immediately, you can hardly separate sodium from sodium chloride, which is a common salt. So, sodium chloride, like sodium chloride. So, it was the atomic weight of chlorine that just came to my head and I wrote 35. No, not chlorine. It was while I was writing about this that I said, what did I write for sulfur? I went back, I discovered that it was actually 35. Please pardon me for that. The atomic weight for sodium is 23 grams. Please pardon about that. So today we essentially move into this sulfur. Sulfur is also called, now like usual, we'll look at the historical perspective and then the sources, the function of sulfur. We looked at the absorption process, the metabolism, deficiency symptoms, and then we'll draw the curtain on it. So let's start. In essence, we'll look at sulfur. Historically, it was first called brimstone from the sulphurium, the Latin name, brimstone or burning stone. Now, sulfur was eventually discovered to be very crucial in nutrition. As a matter of fact, all cells of the body contain sulfur because 3 essential amino acids are categorized as the sulfur containing amino acids: methionine, cysteine, and cysteine. Now, you see from here that insulin hormone also, which is very key in the regulation of blood sugar, also contains sulfur. So, and sulfur is also important in biotin, which is a very important vitamin, and thiamine, another very important vitamin. So to this effect, you see that it is safe to see sulfur as an element that is often overlooked and is so crucial yet being overlooked. If you talk about minerals, the first ones people want to talk about is calcium. Very good, absolutely, because it's most abundant in the body. And then we want to talk about potassium and then phosphorus without talk about sodium. But people may neglect sulfur. However, sulfur is present in every cell of the body. 3 amino acids, very essential of them, and then 2 key vitamins, biotin and thiamine. Now, we also see that insulin is part of it. Now, let's go into the history. Now, it's one of the earliest recognized elements or minerals, that is sulfur. Then, the ancient, the Greek, the Egyptians, and the Chinese were known to use it. They always use it for fumigation purposes, also preservation of whatever it is they want to eat, and it has medicinal purposes. Even till date, sulfur is widely used in medicine. Of course, something that is a natural part of the body cells. It's very crucial in medicine. Now, another thing about sodium is, I've talked about this already. Sodium is derived, not sodium, sulfur. The word sulfur is derived from sulphurium, which is a Latin name that means brimstone, and sulfur and brimstone or burning stone. Now, the reason is this: sulfur has this burning characteristic. Now, sulfur is actually isolated, and it's yellow in color, yellowish in color. Now we look at it nutritionally. Nutritionally, sulfur is vital component of amino acids we'll talk about and vitamins. It is also consumed in sulfur containing amino acids or common food. It's not common to find sulfur being eaten in drug or isolated and made into supplements. It's usually consumed in food. And from the next class, by this, we'll talk about it. From the next, we'll look at sources of sulfur. Now, let me preempt it briefly. It's going to be from normal animal tissues. The reason is this: one sulfur is a part of all body cells. It means that once you eat a meat, you have a level of sulfur in the meat naturally. And also, because of the same purpose, you have them in plant tissues. I want to say, let's meet in the next class. Because of the length of the video, we'll stop for now, and then the next class we'll look at this, and that's just how we take it. The next class we'll look at the sources of dietary sulfur and the function at the same time. Take both sources and function of dietary sulfur. Please, let's meet in the next class. Thank you so much. Bye bye for now.